369 always had the scaling matchup across from Flandre, so that way they could play a 1-4, and when they're doing Dragon setup, have an advantage of playing around a side lane and skirmish. And that one big mistake there, yeah, you get the Ignite off of, but that could have gone really wrong as here comes the top lane dive into double teleport.
That's a teleport, Frostgrid, and 369's like, where did everyone come from? First blood over to Scout while the flash away secures. JJ not going to be taking any of the aggro. The Scout juggles that nicely, and EDG on the board first.
But meanwhile, it looks like Karsa might be trying to contest this one. Although with Knight using his TP back into the lane, 369 using his TP back into the lane, they don't have the Aurelia to also look for this dive. We'll see if they force it. Diving Alistar, very dangerous.
Karsa is level 4. Mako disengages
That is why.
War. He misses the Shattering Strike, and Karsa dodges away. That's Knight from Viper. He cleanses it, and Karsa taking the turret aggro. A 1-for-1 while Mako watches on in fury, while 369 forces the flash from JJ on the other side of the rift.
And the action's still going, like you said. Some juicy honey fruit, and Karsa's literally just hunting this bear.
JJ has Smite, and he's level 6. First Undertow connects, that's great. Karsa going for the second of Smite to heal up, but Knight's here as well. Destiny used nicely, but you need to finish the kill, which the Undertow will only just do. Red buff kill for top esports, using this global mid proactively. And Knight's not done for now. Draw with the crash down, disengage you mentioned in champs like Frost. Mako gets it off. The top esports still waiting patiently.
Yeah, but now no W, just the pulverize available for Mako. Where will he use it?
This time, the second time around for the dive, Mako goes back in. Still taking up the aggro is Jackulov. He's willing to die for it, but Knight taking an extra shot. As Scout finally joins in the party, a double kill already for the Twisted Fate, while Scout is too late, and Karsa now has to burn that flash. As Ward over will spot him out.
Oh, flash on the Q.
That's a slowdown. Scout wants the follow-up damage. Draw there with the attracted repel. Can he get the stun down? No. Ferromancy crashed down. May have even just given a second kill over to Scout. He has a flash, but will he make it in time? No, you've just given Scout 3 kills of your top esports while the Vanguard's edge up in the top lane. Flandre in a bit of trouble, but dodges the flawless duet. Resets here for 369. Draw trying to save his jungler's life doesn't work out in the end. And as we look at live, bit of shenanigans going on. Karsa will manage to get the Riptide while JJ goes in for the steal with the level advantage, but it does not compute. Knight gets the next kill, and suddenly both our mid laners are super fed. While the next gold card in fruition, Flandre flashing away, but it's a new target in Scout. The Undertow a mile too short. The Scout ready to hit from over the wall. The AoE not there, but Flandre wants to follow through. Top esports get out with the kill, and we just can't get time to talk for us. There's always action here with 10 kills already at 9 minutes.
Yeah, but the thing is that top esports had tempo advantage because they were first back out onto the map, which allowed them to get to the Herald first with numbers advantage. So that was actually just poor play from EDG. We talked about, top esports kind of hard forcing bot lane, as now Mako's doing it.
Well, flash away, Killer Instinct immediately. Great buster shot from Jackulov, but he's stunned up by the trample, and Mako wants to keep him there. Scout has moved down as well, and Jackulov's going to donate another kill over. JJ here to watch the show, and the fiesta continues.
It's literally been like fight into fight into fight into replay into fight. I had forgotten how much of an endurance he's available. Karsa is already underneath him, and poor Flandre's like, please God, let me out.
But he's not going to get away. The Undertow's there, and look at the damage already. Ragnarok burn. Flandre doesn't have his flash, and I told you, he's dying here. As Karsa picks up kill number 2, while EDG the response on bottom lane, but they've just turned the engage onto Viper. You think this is the weak side? Think again. Viper flashes away. Jackulov doesn't get hit there with the W, but in comes Scout to save the play. Draw going to get knocked up next, or at least hit hard by Scout, who is level 10 with an Everfrost, and Draw's going to feel the pain. Another double for Scout. And top esports are like, fine, let's keep pushing top.
Yeah, top esports, though, going to be the big winners throughout this one. It's a slight miscalculation on Jackulov, not able to get the assassination on Viper with the ultimate pushback, probably expecting that the E-charge will spawn. So top esports simply have more options about how they want to play out this map state because they can...
Lying, or at least lying in wait for top esports to walk into that.
Yeah, and top esports aren't gonna fall for this. Like, it's fine. We'll take the Infernal Drake for this.
Elongated side lanes. It does feel like either of these teams can use those globals. Draw them in, push quite extensively, knowing that their mid laners have a counter option.
Sorry, I was watching what was developing on the map. I really like a potential dive here, and I think Karsa's going to double down on it because Flandre's showing the way. This is a great play from top.
That's a Vanguard's Edge with a flash responded by Flandre, but the TP defensively from Scout. He's coming in red hot, the 6-0 Rise, who now has Zhonya's. And grouping up as a 4-man gank squad. Draw doesn't go in, but Knight might be called out. Good Everfrost, but still knocked up by Mako. Golden here will go, but it's way too late. Draw can't save him. And that 600
reverse on top Esports and play the same play on the top side of the map.
Feels good when you're someone like Scout. That realm walk was beautiful, darting between vision.
I feel like top Esports have actually fumbled a little bit on kind of some of their mid-game plays. They're a little bit not... It is just pain. It is Spain without the S. It is so awful to experience.
There it is.
And speaking of experiencing, yeah, it's just about that. It's a free low cooldown CC into repeated CC into massive burst, and we talked about in Champions like how much safety Rel and Olaf have to face check into kind of blind areas. Not when your Rise is 6-0.
And now you're in a 5 versus 4, right? The Everfrost utilized so well, as you mentioned. It's 369 for the angle. Knight's here. He used Destiny to get behind with the gold cup, but this Baron's going down so quick as Mako goes over the wall, but it's flushed in. It's stolen away. Karsa does it again in yet another game 1. 369 tries to clean it up, but the Baron's there. Run for your lives as the Realm Warp to clean up Knight. He'll go golden, hoping to take Flandre with him, but no can do'sville as Top Esports lose 3 for the cheeky steal.
Now, before I congratulate EDG, because ultimately that was an overall win for them, obviously they made it out with most members, they killed a lot of the Baron. Karsa is just the Beastmaster. If he's in the pit, he is getting that.
Oh, the crash down though, the flash away from Flandre. That's a great little ulti though from Draw. They take down the jungle while Scout comes in, and yeah, he's the raid boss as he gets buster shotted away. Draw will sacrifice his life to slow down
the mobility and movement speed that once a team fight has happened, the circus came to downtown and TES are the ringleaders.
Apparently, the circus is still going on. It's JJ and Karsa battling it out. The rest of EDG come through. That's Destiny used, but it'll go all the way to the front. Mentioned Knight, he's up above Karsa while he's doing the blue buffs. Caught out is Scout, but now the rest of the team's there. Going golden might be okay, but Jakilov over the wall is caught out by Mako. This Alistar on a pile drive mission as Knight will die too. A double already, a good Vanguard's Edge, but I don't know if 369 can clean this one up. Give him the quadra kill with Scout to take the last, and EDG on a mission to go to Top Esports base.
Oh, TES were simply bowling pins, and Viper was the bowling ball that EDG just perfect strike through them. You called out Mako, you called out Scout, and Viper in the middle of it, just orchestrating it beautiful. Ult into the backline, picks up the first kill, turns on the second, just expertly played as Edward Gaming will take first game in such a commanding fashion from that mid game.
When this team groups up, they can do anything, and EDG just shows you why they have the highest kill participation in the league. That is a Sejuani. So Volibear solo lane, Frost, you mentioned it. It looks like the Sejuani going over to Jeje, something we haven't seen in a long while.
Okay, so...
Oh, true. Actually, yeah, it's been a while. Been a hefty season. But look, essentially, I think it's important we look at where junglers are starting, right? I know jungle path is going to be really important here. You talked about the melee jungler going up with Flandre, who loves it with permafrost. But it is going to be Jeje pathing all the way to the top side, so 369 might be in a little trouble here as we look a little bit closer. And I believe it is Summoning Insight, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you.
So
it's the Monte Cristo rune. I should have.
Yeah, the Monte Cristo rune. Good show.
Flandre, you're looking a little bit foolish here.
Ooh, but Jeje's in the mid lane. Scout's actually just forced the flash out at Knight. Karsa coming for the response. Early action already as Jeje too deep. He flashes away, but it's into a wall, so Karsa follows it up. Oh, no. The Ignite Heck from jungle pays off yet again. EDG's top laner. Flandre is like forced out of the game.
Yeah, it's beautiful play from 369 and Karsa's pathing. Now, it looks like Scout's going to try to forcing Flandre off and making him miss so much there. 64 to 40 CS.
Jeje, what are you doing here? I mean, this is not your jungle. He thought he could respond. They thought Karsa was still up in the top lane, and Jeje gets punished, man.
Some trends.
There are some trends, and EDG diving bot, that's another one. Mako goes in for the ult with the Unbreakable Will. Jakilov interrupted. In goes Viper with the Killer Instinct. And down goes Jackie. It goes to Mako, which is a small big damage threat as well that EDG are going to have to deal with. This is a Night Harvester Gragas coming up that we've seen a couple of times in the LPL. And 369 is going to get there pretty soon. I mean, this first turret gold will go down in favor of Top Esports. as soon as 369 bashes it down.
I'm not the biggest fan of the AP Gragas. I feel like a lot of people will do it when they feel like they get really far ahead, which through an impact and this game scales out if EDG are able to abuse that composition.
As now they're making a play towards mid lane. Knight gets a shockwave down, flashes, but it might be to his dismay. Mako comes in, and this guy, the real cow of game number 2, has been farming it up quite nicely, and Casa's going to get a bit of a response. As JackeyLove pushed away the bottom lane. EDG defending this, but Casa is still ready to go in. He has his ultimate and Ignite. JJ trying to clear the wave. Turret's going to go down. They use this as an engage. Onslaught of Shadows into the back line. Pushes JJ back. The explosive class completely whiffs as Mako's like, I'm the carry now. Gets a massive shutdown, and this cow's actually huge as he walks in yet again. They're not going to give it over to him this time, and EDG's counterpunch is even stronger. Flandre brings in help from Viper with a killer instinct, and 369 against the wall. A glacial prison to give a shutdown to the AD carry.
Drops brought to you by Oppo. We'll take a look at the items and see how confident. Okay, yeah. EDG are going to feel really confident actually fighting for this upcoming Drake, because look at those 2 stopwatches. They've got like the 2 stopwatches in the inventory. They're like, let's do this. Let's throw down. This is going to be the team fight that we break open this game on. So this is now the crucial, critical hold point for top esports if they want to get back into this game.
And if they stopwatch some of these ultimates, it means they get out, but they found 369, who's moving towards the pit. He's just gone. EDG find the first crucial pick.
Gragas.
It's a 5 versus 4, and you're right, the AP Gragas doesn't have any take stats to speak of. So EDG say thank you for the dragon. They'll move to Soul Point, and top esports are just without a head right now.
It is a disaster if you're a top esports fan. You know, we called team fight, and I think that might have been the tipping point.
I mean, it was just one pick, but you're right, it's such a big moment here for EDG.
They are trying to find like these flank surprise moments as Garza maybe overforcing. That's not the target you want.
Mako gets to half health. The flash hit. Mako flashing back. What?
Oh,
Everforce used. Mako running back, but he's dead. Casa hits the other angle while, yeah, it's a 1-for-1. Both supports die. 2-man shockwave with Onslaught of Shadows while Viper goes golden. That's to utilize disengaging the ulties while JackeyLove's dishing out the damage. EDG sent away, and they're still on the wrong side of the map as the Herald's like, take that instead, please leave us alone.
Like Mako playing goalkeeper, the fact that he kept cheating over behind the pit, and now they've traded spot with Flandre. And Mako's job is just like, find Karsa, get him out.
And they're doing no damage to Flandre. I mean, they just used the ultimate Karsa to get over the wall. Remember, he doesn't have flash. The dragon stolen it is!
He got it!
Karsa gets sent back over again! Feels like the king of thieves here in the jungle, and top esports will keep the game going.
This guy is absolutely cracked. Oh my god, Karsa. He got that mid-air. He was literally an airplane and he just sniped it.
Literally went in the pit and was forced out in a matter of seconds. I can't believe he steals it again. That's steal number 2 in the series. Steal number 4 in playoffs so far. And because of a top esports get the mid lane turret, they
tables turn where a short range composition, you know, if JackeyLove is able to just free hit, it's starting to get, you know, outmaneuvered now. So it's been this tug of war of EDG's comp is stronger at this point. Now TES's comp is stronger at this point. And I'm starting now to lean back towards top esports.
Oh, good explosive cast though. 369 missed the body slam before his Knight's caught out in the back end. Shockwave brings back in Viper, but he's stunned down. Onslaught of Shadows stolen by Scout and works it better. On the other end, Flandre was taken by top esports 369 and JackeyLove, but EDG have closed out on 2 members, and now they're on the Baron.
Karsa is still alive, doesn't have Onslaught of Shadow, and again, Viper had to use his flash there. The Shockwave still tagged him, but you know, the difference of a Kaisa who needs to rely on her ult now for repositioning versus Tristana who does have that rocket jump. Now, that said, it's actually pretty difficult for Tristana to find the right animation window to rocket jump against these champions who have so many cancel opportunities, as EDG now burning this Baron, and Mako on bouncer duty. Can he keep Karsa out?
I mean, Karsa's got the smite, not another steal. You gotta be sure. Get Karsa away from it at 1k into the back of the Onslaught Shadows. They're waiting for him. Smite needs to come down. Oh, he doesn't get it this time around. Now has to make his escape, but EDG won't let it. 2k, and they're not gonna give it over at a second time.
I mean, at that point, you're like, it can't get under 1k because you have to keep it away. Doesn't have access to Sejuani ult.
Yeah, I don't know what Flandre used it on, something off screen, but he's going to go in anyway. Flashes on in. No Glacial Prism, but that's the angle. Draw trying to turn around the Shockwave and the explosive cast. That's anti-synergy from TES, and they get wiped here, Frosker, and Viper cleaning up the fight. Scout yet again.
In the back line. That was a true American football sack. That was just a bunch of giant dudes just flopping down onto top esports, and they just got
strongest moment right there. And we come back to live, and hey, 369 he died again. And you were pretty right about the AP Grux. It has done pretty much nothing in this game. And they're going to go in for another engage. Rocket jump to get him to safety, but the real question is Carson going to survive? Onto Mako, the damage being dealt by Jackie Love. Well, the shockwave's good, but Glacial Prison yet again. Goodbye, Jackie Love. EDG have this second game in the bag. It's just about how they finish it off. As there we go, Permafrost yet again forces the flush. Out of night, the shockwave used by Scout, but does he care? Everfrost into the Kingslayer. Spin to win. You're so right. Better than Garrett for Scout to get the ace.
Yeah, the little Beyblade even messing up mechanically there. If we get a chance at that replay, I think he preemptively shockwaved before he flashed, so sombreroed it a little bit. But EDG now moving to match point in a series that everyone thought top was going to be favored.
And it hasn't gone longer than 1 hour. 32 minutes in this game too. And EDG looking primed and ready to go.
Quickly, comparatively to Hecarim, who really wants to continue to farm up. You talked about the scaling potential. I feel like the TLDR spark notes of how this game should...
Already, Onslaught of Shadows is available. Teleport into the back of the pit. Paranoia used, but Casa in front of the Dragon as it resets. GP here for the TP, but in goes EDG. It's Scout who gets the beautiful engage. And first blood over to Jeje while Jackie Love's hitting on the backline. Look at the Jinx about to get excited. The first kill goes down. Scout dodges away from the Super Mega Death Rocket as he doesn't get the abscond abduct, nor did he want it, as we're still around the Dragon. And EDG, even with the blinking health bars, want to take this one around. Viper needs to do some more damage. But it is taken. You know what? I did watch the Alistar because Draw took the Dragon. Somehow, some way, as top esports are being collapsed on though. Was it worth it? With a 4 versus 1, the horse is sent back to the vet with top esports.
Breaker available to him, and here we go. We talked about the confidence that EDG would have. Scout also has TP, so he can join this fight, but top esports trying to pull the trigger first.
Onslaught of Shadows, Paranoia, but Jeje's already dead. Jackie Love picks up the kill, that's great.
Into a really great pick, into a Rift Herald, into a mid lane tower, and especially with the speed at which Jinx can rip through things, this is a big win for top.
It is breaking down the mid lane turret. They took it. Yeah, it'll be an aggressive move that really sets the tone for the rest of this game and potentially the ending of series, but EDG find no contest. Top esports weren't caring. They said, okay, 369, we'll put him up towards his top lane and he'll pick up the solo lane gold. The GP who's...
You can still see that the CS differences aren't necessarily really changing. Slight leads that have been closed on top.
Ultimate in the end. Casa having a level and use that. They found Jackie Love. He's burnt the flash already. Attract and Repel can't cleanse. And Everfrost comes in from the wing. EDG with a huge pick. There's no objective. But hey, EDG again taking out Jackie Love, giving Galway up for a massive flanking angle.
Yeah, actually finishing off the Wolf Camp. It is level 12, level 11, but there we go.
He's doing. Flandre's into the backline, Shockwave's there, but EDG now have to rely on Mako on the backline. That Attract and Repel strikes through all of top esports, but 369 layering out the damage. Scout to interrupt. Jeje still drops. Knight on the side. Solo lane is alive. And finally, top esports wake up in this series. A Scout goes golden. 369 waiting for the Everfrost. The chase begins with the Dissonance to help out. Thank you to Grasp. Thank you to Draw as the ace comes through.
It was kind of like the final cherry on top of other things that went right in that team fight. The fact that Ali was able to bat Viper away from trying stalling out. And meanwhile, top esports like, we've got all the items we want. We're feeling really powerful. Let's force the team fight on Baron.
It's like assassination. Well, I got a TP in first. Flandre comes in. Parador immediately in the back lane's like, Draw, get me out of here. Just to get out. The spell shield's there, but Casa matches him over the wall as he flashes. Scout's angle though. Look, he now has a cannon barrage, but is the fight already done? Methinks yes, as the reverse cannon barrage slows them down, but Draw's in first. Low health bars onto Flandre. They jump on him, but the shockwave catches Viper. It's a 2-man Q kill, as that's all Jackie Love needs. Draw on the side. Flandre now going to be called out as he has to run.
It's like right onto the shockwave and just obliterated EDG. Top esports, so much more confidence this time around, showing that we are going to get a series. Now, JJ is alive, does have flash, but
not anymore.
He's dead.
He's dead. Call an ambulance.
He's dead.
But not for me. Scout's running as well, and there you go, Baron in hand.
This fight, Scout may have found Onslaught of Shadows. Now looking for the flank. Again, watch Jackie Love. Can Scout get to him?
Oh, Dragon taken by Jackie Love. It didn't even involve a jungler, but into the backline, they've got Jackie Love. worked out perfectly. Frosker and Flandre's made the play. And now for Knight, he's caught out, but JJ getting bursted down. 369's the next person to watch, but at the end of the day, Viper's chasing Knight. Ready for him, is he? With the explosive shot into the Buster charge. Scout trying to survive long enough. Kingslayer does it. Viper comes back in, and now it's on to Casa. The separation anxiety is there, because top...
Make sure that he could join Flandre to get onto that backline and at least take out one of those carries. And it looked for a second that top Esports...
Dragon resets a little bit, but Jackie Love's going to hit this down. This will go quick. Flandre has the ulti as well. Onto the back line at the ready. That's a great Everfrost. Draw goes in, but the Rel ultimate hits so quickly. Mako goes down, but is it all worth it? Flandre into the back line, surviving for long enough, but Jackie Love kiting his way out until Viper gets the reset. Flushes himself, hits a minion, but Dwar still dies, and EDG won it again, Frosk. That was...
EDG will now... They're going to deny Soul, they're going to pop onto the Baron, they can two-man it with Udyr and Tristana, whereas before I was like, okay, EDG, you want a good team fight, now your foot's kind of back into the door, them getting this gives them that much more time onto the map. Like, yes, I still don't really favor their scaling, but again, they got key summoners off of key targets, and that's what I think is super important here for the next team fight.
A Baron buff, so Viper needs to get down there and help out, as Knight is the one responding with the Orianna. But Inner Turret goes down. Remember, a lot of resources to take here if you EDG, and they'll keep shoving in aggressively.
Still, it is really hard for EDG to break the base of top esports, because yeah, they have great turret damage with Tristana, but it's really hard to dive, and not anyone else.
And let's see what we can do towards the Dragon. I mean, 2 minutes till that comes up. If top esports don't find a fight now, or at least a pick, that'll be the cause. Draw the pick off here.
Scout grabbing hold of the Alistar ultimate as Karsa maybe has found Flandre.
Shield goes up. There's the paranoia, but oh my god, what happened?
Damage.
Into the backline. Now they're onto Jackie of the GA burn.
Oh no.
Oh, top esports. Can you bring this back? Flashes burnt everywhere. The shockwave, a good start as JJ kind of ints his face off as well. And both teams just ate the sandwich that gave them food poisoning.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a shit sandwich. Now, that said, Jackie Love does go down, but Knight does manage to make sure that top esports will live to fight another, slap someone down, but I don't know about this call. I think that this is a bit ambitious.
It is, because Scout is definitely the sus one over the wall. The shockwave only hits onto one. It's Flandre. He's the top laner, though, with Scouts coming in. 369's isolated. The GP's caught out and bursted down. Caster goes down too. Dwar now in the middle of it, trying to bring it back as Knight is doing his best. Jackie Love goes gold, but you know what? That's a good game of Among Us. You know who the imposter is. You take him down. And top esports left with only Knight.
And Edward Gaming with that prove that form is temporary, but class is forever. It doesn't matter who is on the roster. You can change out the pieces, you can rewrite it, but history will reign, and they will go to the winner's bracket here.
Straight to the semifinals to meet with FPX. 2-3-0s here as they explode Knight. Top esports were outclassed. I've said top esports can't be stopped, but it's EDG, the returning champions, that rise against the Phoenix